Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. Hey, everybody, how you doing? This is TPIM. I'm your host, TruePowerIsMine. Today, we have a show for you. Want to thank the confidential informant that sent over this piece of info. The show that I have today is a warning. I do have a live studio audience member. She's sick, home from school. But yeah, this is gonna be a show to remember, y'all. So without further ado, let's kick it with a little audio quote. Listen to this out. Yeah, hold on. Let me make sure my audio's up. Okay, I don't know about all that. La da 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 da. Okay.
It really is communities like this, especially given the times we're about to face, that are going to sustain it, us. Because when things get bad, the elites will retreat into their gated compounds with amenities and services and security that's denied to the rest of us, and they'll leave us on our own.
Now, I want you to take that thought that dude was saying and apply it to what we're fixing to talk about here. When it comes to your health, it is your problem. When it comes to your wellness, it is your problem. We're going to break down this ER doctor and his hatred of blacks, Jews, Latinos, and others. This man is a hater. And when you're in a need, you're in your most vulnerable, he'll be the guy cutting on you. So when you see brothers and sisters go up in the hospital alive and they come out dead, you better understand. In between the life and the death is a racial hate warrior / soldier. Let's start this.
This locker room talk consists of pejorative terms about people of other cultures?
Yes.
Including African American or black people?
Yes.
Including Hispanic?
Yes.
Including Jewish people?
Yes.
Including people who are overweight?
Yes.
So I want you to see right there his hatred of humanity. Yes. Okay. Okay. His hatred of people. Yes. I like your picture. Very good picture. Thank you, baby. His hatred for people. It is. Hold on 1 second. All right, I had to get some more water. Yeah, I am quite thirsty this morning. Listen, just like that little precious baby girl you hear in the background, man. Each and every one of you guys are precious to somebody. Brother King, welcome to the show. I just don't want to see you guys get injured, damaged, abused by these evil, wicked people. Let's continue.
Are these kinds of negative comments appropriate to make about children with Down syndrome?
Objection, phone.
We say a lot of inappropriate stuff, all joking around. And I'm proud of some of the things that I've said before, but...
okay, then read it out loud for me, please.
Sure. Whitey, the advantages of being a white man can never be matched. All hail Whitey. Christian is like the Guatemalans of Hispanic people, bottom feeders.
Wow. So if you think you're Christian and you're just going to roll through by old boy, you're sadly mistaken. He's calling you a bottom feeder. You suck up the slime on the bottom of the ground. So you want to keep playing these games. You want to act as if these people are not out here doing serious damage and serious harm. This nation is dying because of individuals like this guy. This planet is in turmoil because of people who think like him in power. So keep on playing around, keep on thinking it's a joke, and then when you end up in the ER and you go out on the stretcher into the grave, you'll know why. Because your ass was hated.
And what is meant by the thumbs up in white and the thumbs down in black?
Joking around, I'm sure.
But what's the symbolic meaning? I'm lost on that one.
I don't
Does that
remember.
mean white people good, black people bad? Thumbs down.
Thumbs down means your ass is going to get staph infection. Your ass is going to die. Thumbs up means we're going to do everything humanly possible to ensure your health, wealth, and prosperity. That's what it means. See, once again, we're playing dumb here, y'all. Oh, boy. Oh, those are just jokes. Those are just jokes. Yeah. They're not jokes when people are dying, man. When brothers and sisters going up into the hospital sick and they're getting kicked around by fools like this. Let's continue.
Down.
I don't remember.
You would agree with me, would you not, that comment's improper?
Inappropriate, yes. Not proud of it.
Okay. The comments that are attributed to you.
The fuck he isn't proud of it. When he's sitting there zig-howling his buddies, high-fiving them, rejoicing over a brother or sister who they intentionally killed, intentionally gave wrong medicines to, intentionally used dirty instruments on. You almost have to be insane to let these people treat you. Scratch that. You are insane to let these people treat you. They treat you spiritually, they treat you physically, and they treat you economically. And they treat you all the same, subpar. DJ, welcome to the show, brother. They treat you subpar. But keep on running to them. Yeah, it's a mess. Here's my money. Here's my organs. It's pathetic.
In these text messages that come from the phone, from your phone number, include old Jewish women with cancer are my Memorial City specialty. Fat black girls are too. Then there's the term nigger. And then there's the comment, did you cut a check?
Now, did you hear that? Did old boy say nigga? You know, supposed to be love and happiness. No, he said nigger. Grr. Arr. Like a pirate. Arr. The booty. Arr. This little asswipe doesn't give a fuck about you. Excuse my French. Or perhaps that was Spanish. He doesn't care. All he wants is money. All he wants is pleasure. And he doesn't want to see you with any of that. Now, either we address the big fat racists in the room, and we get on with making the United States a place of freedom and liberty for all, or you guys keep on playing pretendo, thinking that the rest of the world don't see what's going on, and this place will burn. Let's continue.
For nigger Chris Smith, did he say anything else? Then you say golf and baseball are rich white man's and poor Latinos' sport. Hoops are for niggers and white guys that don't have enough eye-hand coordination to hit a baseball or golf ball. Then you say white niggers taking care of business tonight. Are you tracking me? Am I saying anything incorrect about reading from these statements?
A lot of inappropriate locker room talk that I'm not proud of.
It's always locker room talk, right? This type of sexist, misogynist, racist rhetoric, locker room talk, huh? I guess it ain't too bad they got our president elected, huh? I grab him by the beep, beep. Here's the thing. Whether it's locker room talk, where it's street corner talk, where it's pulpit talk, if you're supposed to be in a position of trust or a position of authority, and you're espousing this type of hatred, this type of discernment towards your fellow human being, you should be immediately removed from your position of power, position of authority, and position of trust. I'm saying it's totally okay to have these type of feelings. You can hate me, you can want me to die, you can do all this, that, and the third. But you should also pay an economic penalty. You should also pay a social penalty because you choose to be this way. You was not born with all the hate in your heart, with all the disdain for your fellow human being in your heart. You wasn't born with that. That is something that you consciously embrace and you consciously nourish and foster in yourself to grow. That being said, let's continue.
So, despite all of these comments in these documents, you are maintaining that you are not racist, correct?
Welcome to the show, Junior. Sit down and buckle up. It's going to be an exciting one. Now, he's still sitting here trying to claim that he's not racist after espousing all this hatred. But I'm not racist there. I hate everyone equally. Oh, it's always a joke. Hold on. I gotta increase the increasings here because I cannot see a thing. Good morning, Brother Anthony. Grand day to you. Peace, power, unity, victory for humanity. And now we're going to continue with this train wreck.
Is it your belief that others who share your love of athletics routinely use this kind of commentary?
Objection to form.
Is it your experience that they do?
In my experience, yes.
Will you be able to produce after the...
So you're trying to sit there and say, as an athlete, you go up into the locker room, talk about nigger this, Jew that, spick this. Brother Richardson, welcome to the show. Peace and power, victory and unity. You know good and well this man is not going around no athletes talking crazy because one of them brothers would knock his little punk ass out. Locker room talk. What type of locker room are you up in there, bud? See, this is the type of foolishness that I can no longer tolerate. This type of, I'm just an ostrich, Brother Richardson, with my head in the sand. I don't see a thing. And that's the problem. Sister Kimberly, welcome to the show. Peace, power, unity, love, and respect to all humans. That's the world that we should be striving for. That's the unity, and that's the power. These old divisive, hate-filled scum buckets, they really need to go the way of the dodo. Let's continue.
This deposition, text messages, and emails from your friends who say things like this?
Objection to form.
Can you draw a swastika?
Objection to form.
I don't remember
Pick your best
which way it
shot.
looks.
Objection.
Well, hold on. He's going to sit here and say he doesn't realize what a swastika looks like. Everybody and their mama knows what a swastika looks like. It's basically 8 lines. Well, really 6. Across, and then you choose one side of the line and you draw 4 more lines. This is the type of stupidity that this is allowed. They should run up here and smack this fool. Make him break bad and tell us what he really feels. But as long as they can play these games, he can sit here with this snarky little face, with those beady little eyes, and continue to make his money. Because guys and girls, my confidential informant has told me this man is still practicing medicine in Houston. He's still doing it as I speak. Keep that in your hearts. Keep that in your minds. When it's your turn to go to the ER, you better pray you have a brother or sister working on you without hate in their heart. Because the health people, the health industry, they're not looking out for you. Nasser, welcome, brother. Peace and power. Let's continue.
Objection
Dr.
to form.
Bashar.
Objection to form.
Do I have to draw?
You
Yes.
said you don't remember.
I don't admit.
While they're getting their thoughts together, this is for Brother Richardson. But I remember watching this video of the doctor's testimony, but receiving no coverage on any racist news channels, i.e. Fox News, MSNBC, ABC, CBS, NBC, NPR, Al Jazeera, the London Guardian, the Daily Motion, or Mirror. They're not going to show you this, brother. TY, you know why? Because that man is on their team. Let's just be real, y'all. Come on, brothers and sisters. Pull up your coffee. Just sit a minute. Let's just be real, y'all. That's why they just placate. Oh, it's just jokes. Yeah, this is funny, man. You know, deep down you feel the same way, don't you? Because if you didn't feel the same way, you would be outraged by this. This is what I was talking about yesterday. How do you think this fool got busted? It wasn't a brother or sister that brought it out. A melanated one. It was a non-melanated brother and sister that brought the shit out. Got old boy up here on the stand. This is what they're scared of. This is why we need non-melanated 007s to go undercover and bring out this information. We can't do it. We will be denied access. But not you, brother. Not you, sister. You could be the difference. You could truly make history. You could be a part of this thing that ends the hate, ends the power structure of the hate. It is you who can show true love for humanity and help us get on the right track collectively. But if you're unwilling to do this, if you're scared, if you don't give a damn about humanity, shame on you. Shame on you. You are truly, truly, truly sad. But for you, who picks up the mantle of humanity, who picks up the cause, and you make a conscious decision today to be that 007, to bring out the information, I salute you, brother. And I welcome you, sister, to humanity. Let's continue. Come on, get your thoughts together.
Thank you.
Little smug punk.
28 has the words, drop your suit against Anthony, nigger lover 88 with 2 swastikas. Is that your?
Wow. Brother Leonard, welcome to the show. Peace, power, and unity to you, brother. That was deep. He just claimed that he can't draw a swastika. Hold on. Let's listen to this.
Nigger lover 88 with 2 swastikas. Is that your handiwork, sir?
Objection to form.
Never.
Will this chick shut up with the objection of fucking form? The guy's a hater. The guy is a traitor to humanity. The guy wants to kill a portion of mankind just because of race. This is the problem. Welcome, Smith. Welcome to the show. This is the problem. This is the cancer of society. Each one of these guys with this hate in their brains and in their heart is quite literally a cancer cell walking amongst the body of humanity, infecting other brothers and sisters with their hatred and racist misogyny, rhetoric, and behavior. But it's just jokes. It's just ha 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 funny. Nothing funny about a family grieving over a loved one who was murdered. And I will use the M word by these soldiers of race. There's nothing funny about seeing a father weeping over their baby because he or she was murdered by this guy. Well, we'll go outside after I do the show. I promise. Let's continue.
I've seen this before.
Oh my God. Hold on. Stop. Anthony. And this is for people who's hard of seeing. On the TV screen, you guys can see Anthony, nigger lover 88. 88. Heil Hitler. And then the two swastikas. How many more? Hold on. I want to take it right here. How many more of these guys are there out here? And you know what, bud? I just want to let you know Hitler would frown on your receding hairline and your less than blonde hair. I bet you if we took a DNA sample of Mr. Hader here, we may find some melanization in his DNA nation. Of course, if we take a DNA test of any human being, we're going to find that. That's why this hate business is so preposterous in this day and age. It's a sign of mental illness. Oh, I got to keep my race pure. What the fuck are you talking about, bud? Are you not a human being? Well, it's a sign of retardation, y'all. I'm just calling it like it is. Let's continue.
Nigger lover 88 with two swastikas. Is that your handiwork, sir?
Objection to form.
Never seen this before.
Yeah.
You get text messages from friends that use that term?
Sure.
Are they employed by Memorial Hermann Hospital?
I'd have to look at my phone.
Oh, stop. This douchebag, that's who he's Memorial Hermann Hospital in Houston there. This is where you can find this chap, apparently. Sowing the seeds of anger and pain, hatred, and confusion. I mean, just think of what a world we could have if we did not have this level of hate. Not just in healthcare. They're in research and development. They're in marketing. They're in government. They're in the military. They're in social services. They're in your schools. Of course, it doesn't surprise us, Nasser, brother, because we live it. This is our reality. But for some brothers and sisters out there who aren't exposed to this, they don't even think this is real, yo. They don't think monsters like that really exist. Oh, there's no monsters in healthcare, True Power. Those people have a Hippocratic oath to heal. That's only when they reject that Hippocratic oath with the 14 words. When they reject the Hippocratic oath with the Heil Hitler 88. And there's just not just the white haters on that racial level. There's Asian ones. There's Hispanic ones. There might even be one or two so-called black ones. But none of these groups are doing the damage that this feller's doing. You best believe that. Let's continue. Oh, hold on 1 second. The spirits tell me to tell you this. In the next few, you're going to hear about leprosy and other diseases of biblical proportions hitting. Just remember, you're the ones who not realizing that this shit's real out here. So what goes around truly does come around. Strengthen yourself, prepare, be ready.
Do you have friends at Memorial Hermann that in fact use that same kind of language?
I'd have to look at my phone.
What about at Team Health?
I'd have to look at my phone.
Well, you're not denying that you do. So my question is, how could your reputation at Memorial Hermann be harmed by your using that kind of terminology if your friends there also use that same kind of terminology?
Gotcha.
Objection to form.
I'd have to look back at my phone to look at exact messages.
Why would you have to look at the phone to answer what the man just said? He said, if you guys all get down with this hateful stuff off hours, why would it be so shameful to do it during hours? And you obviously do it during hours as well. I got to look at my phone I just got to look. I mean, look, you can see the hatred in his eyes, man. This is the guy that would stuff your ass on a train. Hello, you hear me now? This is the face that will stuff your ass on a train, Brother Leonard. Sister Kimberly, look into the eyes of the man that would willingly stuff you on a train to your death. Brother Fred, DJ, Kay, Anthony, Ty, everyone else. That's the face of hate. That's the face of no love. This is the look at the death in his eyes. His eyes looks dead, y'all. The man looks dead. Spiritually dead. Possessed with the zombie of hate. Or the spirit of hate. Turn him into a zombie, a race zombie. Gloria, welcome to the show, sister. Peace, power, unity. Let's continue.
And emails.
When you use the term Canadians in a pejorative sense, what do you mean?
That is a reference to African Americans, I believe.
So we're Canadians. Tate, welcome to the show. Peace and power. He's using Canadian as a pejorative, meaning like a bad word for those who, just break this down for y'all. So he turned Canadian to a derogatory term for black folks. This is what he says. Hold on. I want to repeat that so that y'all know that I'm not making this up.
When you use the term Canadians in a pejorative sense, what do you mean?
That is a reference to African Americans, I believe.
Why are they called Canadians?
I don't know.
What's this about?
So
what's this about? What is this all about? Look, he wants to laugh now. He's holding back laughing now. This is what I'm talking about. See, if he really had power, you would have no say-so, Brother DJ. Unless you think just like him, you would have no say-so. If you just speak up, you'll be dealt up, meaning shut up permanently, killed, murdered, executed, disposed of, dealt with. These people have a mission of hate to fulfill. And it's sad that we're just sitting here around like chickens, pecking at each other. No, I won't attack boss man, but I'm going to attack another brother or sister. I'm going to pick on them. While we're him picking on each other, this dude's sharpening up the axe, about ready to take some heads. But keep on playing around. This is all just a joke. Just a joke. And when you guys are going down that track and you're feeling that train rock back and forth side to side, when it comes to a stop and those doors open up and you go into the oven and they fry you right then and there on the train, dump your body out, then you'll know. Then you'll know what I'm trying to tell you today. Let's continue.
Some of your comments in Simon Deposition Exhibit 21 include, I want to be on the boat right now. This is on in the summary pages. 4, beautiful Saturday like today, and I'm in the fucking ER taking care of Mexicans and Canadians. Did you mean Mexicans and African Americans?
Most likely.
Most likely. 40 years, you're right. He is laughing at us. And welcome to the show, Wild 90th. Peace and power. It's a mockery. This is a mockery of liberty, a mockery of our judicial system. We got a straight up human hating individual in a particular position of trust. One would almost argue that the relationship between a doctor and a patient is one of the most intimate non-family relationship one could indulge in, besides, say, with a lawyer. You get undressed for the doctor. He gets, or she gets, to explore your whole body, know your intimate habits, know your intimate secrets, so they can come up with remedies for your illness. You're sitting here talking to this man, doc, my back's hurting, my arm is aching, oh doc. And he's like, I wish this jigaboo would hurry up. Tired of seeing this nappy-headed fool. I tell you what, I'm going to prescribe him some Coumadin, thin his blood out, so when he drinks that alcohol, he'll just peace on out. This is what I'm talking about. This is why your health, Sister Gloria, is important only to you. You'll be better off listening to Chief Sampson. She cares. She wants you to be strong and healthy and fit. This guy doesn't. He wants you to be weak and frail and infirmed. This is the battleground. This is an enemy combatant to all humanity, because white boy or girl, don't get it twisted. If he detected that you're some sort of race traitor, your ass is on the cutting board too. That's why I'm saying we need those 007s to get in there and get that information. You'll save us and yourself if you have love for humanity. Let's continue on.
Is that to you a pejorative term like nigger?
Inappropriate comment.
Was Dr. Mike?
So next time somebody walks up to you, brother or sister, melanated brother or sister out here who can hear me, some non-melanated fool comes up to you, hey, what's up, my Canadian? He's calling you a nigger. These are my Canucks up in the house. He's calling you a nigger. Apparently, that's the new little buzzword. You're Canadian. Not even American. You're Canadian. What's this about?
Excuse my pronunciation. Heyman or Heman, a doctor who signed your charts?
At some point, yes.
How about Jordan Smith?
At some point, yes.
How do you know Dr. Gary Horn?
We grew up together, went to college together.
When was the last time you saw him?
It's been a while, several months at least.
Does he engage in the same kind of locker room talk that you do?
Yes.
How about Dr. Mike Heman? Does he do it too?
Yes.
Hear all these doctors? Hear all these doctors? This is the friends and family. This is just the tip of the iceberg, y'all. The Titanic been struck, y'all. The USS Titanic, United States Titanic's been hit by the racist iceberg. We're taking on water while Jay-Z and them are playing on the stage. Yow's the balls, everything's okay. Yow's the balls, everything's okay. I'm telling y'all, get your lifeboats in order. Get those preservers on you and your family. The water's going to be cold. Make sure you have some blankets or something. I'm telling you, the Titanic's been hit, y'all. We're taking on water. We're taking on water. But y'all ain't hearing me, are you? Y'all listening to all these fools on the radio, all these fools on TV. No, it's okay. Yeah, we got a bandage on it. Yep. Oh. But I'm telling you, the Titanic's been hit, y'all, for the final time. We're taking on water. Never mind what they're saying up there on the stage. Unless we come together and unite and we get on these boats and we get on these networks and we work together, we're doomed. We're doomed. Let's continue.
So he uses the same kind of terminology we've just described in your exhibit?
I'd have to look at my phone to see exactly what we've said in the past.
Man, smack this dude. Smack this dude. I'm telling you, if he says I'm going to look at my phone one more time, I'm going to smack the shit out of my computer. How many times are we going to let this clown skate by? You know, do you guys use words, you know, that are derogatory to women and men? I got to look at my phone. Make sure I got to look at the phone. Man, if I was that lawyer, I'd run up there, I'd be like, oh, this is your precious phone. I'll break that motherfucker on the ground. Just boom, on the ground. Because it's the thing about these hateful pieces of shit, you better understand. Once they get in absolute power, you will have no say whatsoever. The only thing you'll have is a spot on a bus, a spot in a fire line, a spot in some sort of wicked-ass medical experiment that ultimately concludes in your death, or a spot on the slave rolls. That's all you're going to get. And you want to sit here, well, we all have freedom of speech and freedom of this. Fuck, really? The Black Panther Party had a freedom to exist? Or did the KKK have a freedom to exist? Did the ADF have a right to exist? Or does Hamas have a right to exist? You see, it's all just a matter of your damn perspective when we're dealing with how to be mentally gymnastic to be able to kill and brutalize other human beings. It's only just your sense of perspective that really counts. I'm telling you, if you want to be a righteous people, you embrace humanity. You want to be a wicked people, carry on. Carry on. We're on the path of wickedness. Let's continue.
But yes,
To some extent,
how about Dr. Jordan Smith?
yes.
And so you should have text messages, I take it, from Gary Horn and Jordan Smith and Mike Heeman using the same kind of pejorative descriptions of.
Now, that's just four he just wrapped off like that. See, he doesn't mind getting money from black folks. He doesn't mind getting money from so-called Jews, which we know that they're not the real Jews. But that's another topic. He doesn't mind getting money from you, Latinos. But he's going to talk shit about you. Oh, it's just locker room talk. He's probably going to kill a few of you if he's having a bad day. Let's say he find out his baby sister is going down the chocolate railroad. Oh, he wouldn't be able, it'd be intolerable. His divorced mom is throating Dr. Big Love. Oh, he ain't gonna have that. And he's gonna take it out on us. He has a bad day. A melanated person dies. Oh, it was just a tragedy. But they came in with a broken finger. Oh, it's just a tragedy. It was one of those things. The guy was just needing some medication for his arthritis. Well, it was fatal. Oh, no, too bad. You hear me, Junior? You hear me, Leonard? This man has a bad day, and a brother or sister has to pay. That's the play. Let's continue.
Other cultures in those text messages. Do I have to say the words, or can we agree that they use those same kinds of words?
Possibly. I'd have to look back at all the messages.
Thank God you didn't say I have to look at my phone. And I just want you guys to look at the date here now. This is 5/17/2019, the year of our Lord. Now, this wasn't a million years ago, y'all. Oh, this is back in the 60s. You know what I'm saying? This is way back there with Sister Gloria. 40 years ago. This is a million years ago. No, this report was just a few months ago. But everybody wants to play these games. Everybody wants to think that somehow, some way, this man doesn't exist, and the harm that he's doing doesn't manifest in the 3D realm. People are in the grave. I'm telling you, people are in the grave because this man cut an artery while he had him open. No one was looking. He spit in that open cavity, caused him to get an infection. He purposefully has dirty shit on him, and he rubs his hands while he has the gloves on those spots on this person to bring forth bacteria to enter this body. He has the spirit of hate and destruction and deceit. This is sad. This is the state of the United States. Welcome to America. Continue.
Have you guys been hunting lately?
No,
Fishing?
not for several months.
Do you view them as the same as family members?
Very good friends.
Is it certification or licensure or registration would be the right term to describe your physician's assistant occupation and ability to do that work governmentally? What would you call that?
I have a PA license, and then I'm nationally certified.
Okay, so you have a physician's assistant's license issued by whom?
Texas Medical Board.
And what is it you have that's issued nationally?
A national certification of physician assistants.
Do either of these organizations have ethical rules?
I'm sure they do.
Are you familiar with those ethical rules?
Well, why would you say some stupid ass question like that? Unless you're suggesting that calling black folks niggers and Canadians is ethical. This man does not care. He doesn't care about being a racist. He only cares that people know he's a racist now. That's the only thing he cares about. He still got his job. He's still making his paper. He's still doing harm to black folks. Hell, there's probably a couple of black folks going to his, doctor such and such, Simon's a good man. Oh, yeah, he treated my bunion and I didn't die. He's a good man. You see, this is how all this stuff always starts. This is how all this stuff always interacts. You cannot go the way of hate. You cannot go the way of hate and not be consumed by the hate yourself. That's why this guy's probably only 33 years old. He's looking like he's 46. Probably young. But the hate prematurely ages him because his spirit, the energy, his karma is tainted. Hate and love can taint your karma in two different ways. Love makes it more positive, makes it more open, but that's a form of tainting. And hate makes it negative, less enticing, and that's a form of tainting. This man's tainted. We are all tainted. Some for the good, some for the bad. This gentleman, definitely for the bad. Let's continue.
Some of them.
Do those ethical rules forbid your disparaging patients?
No, absolutely
I'd
not.
have to take a look at the rules.
I gotta take a look at my phone.
So you don't know.
Not for certain.
I mean, he doesn't read a handbook. That's a really scary deal. If this doctor doesn't read his employee handbook and know what is expected behavior of him in this institutional setting, that is terrifying. That means he's not reading the latest scientific journals in his particular field. He's probably not reading books in general. He's probably too busy on the weekends, ironing out sheets, doing whatever. I hope and I normally don't hope this, but I hope this man here lives for a very, very, very long time. I hope he lives so long and that hate deals with him such a way that by the time he does go into the ground, he's thoroughly destroyed psychologically. He'll be a true acolyte of hate. Then, let's continue.
Is it okay, for example, in Simon Deposition Exhibit 21, and you can look at GOL 0000291 in that exhibit.
And also, I just want to let you guys know, this is the real face of atheism. That doctor is not a Christian. He's not a Muslim. He's not a Hindu. He's a scientist. He's a doctor. He's an atheist. And he lets you know what he thinks of you, Christian. You're bottom feeders. He lets you know what he thinks of you, black man. You're a nigger. He lets you know what he thinks of you, small head Jew. You're a kike. Hey, what's up, Brother Bird? Welcome to the show. Peace, power, unity, and prosperity. This man lets you know. But see, they won't go into his background. But I'm telling you right now, he's an atheist. You can just see it in his eyes. You can feel it from his vibe. He's a disgusting degenerate. That's what he is. Let's continue.
You say something like that, too damn many man, and you're referring to Mexicans and Canadians, which meant Black Americans, or African American individuals.
I want to take this time and tell all the Black ancestors who's fought in every war, from the Revolutionary War to the modern day war on terror. Brother and sister, I am sincerely sorry that people of my generations and generations before me let you guys down. What you died for was not for this piece of shit to be able to harm us. What you died for is not for fucking government agencies to subvert us and corrupt us and abuse us, sell us crack and other drugs. I am so sorry for letting your sacrifice down. These men and women who died on the field of battle died for liberty, died for the notion of freedom, died for the notion of the United States of America, died in her corporate wars. We let them down by allowing this piece of shit to espouse this bullshit and harm people. This is an American thing. This is a nation's problem. Because until we have one world government, we're going to have to play in the nation's models. Either you're going to play to win, or this game's going to be played on you, brother and sister. This game's going to be played through you, brother and sister. And this game's going to be played in spite of you, in spite of your frustration, in spite of your sorrow and your sense of loss, your lack of dignity. In spite of all that. That's why I say we have to unite. That's why I say we have to get into networks and work with each other. And that's why I said we had to get the double agents out there in the fields to bring us in this information so we can disseminate it throughout the society. Because if we're allowing people like this man and his yoke to feed us information, well, now you understand why we are where we are. Let's continue.
Individuals, are those kind of comments inconsistent with the ethical requirements of your profession?
Objection affirmed.
Sounds like just locker room talk, guys joking around.
Oh, stop it. Now, I don't understand what's this chick. Every time old dude damn near asks this dude a question, Objection. Something about farm. Now, what, does she win these ejections? You know, judge never says overruled. I feel like I'm watching a distorted lawyer TV show where it's quite obvious that the courts and even the attorneys are all in on the gag. It's just the viewer that doesn't get the punchline, doesn't get the joke. Here's the joke, guys. While you guys clown around and you hate each other, while you guys clown around and try to crab bucket each other, in a minute, once we get enough numbers, and this is the funny bit, in a minute, we're going to crush you motherfuckers. We're going to crush you all. That's the joke. The punchline will be right in your face. Keep on playing. Keep on thinking this is a game. Keep on thinking that the hate out there isn't strong. I can sense the hate is strong with this one. Let's continue.
Well, that may be, but it's directly inquiring of you about your medical services, and you're commenting on who you treated, your patients. You're describing your patients. Is that acceptable to the ethical boards of the Texas Medical Board and the national version of that?
Fuck yeah, it is. We don't give a goddamn about no niggers down here in Texas. I mean, I'm just paraphrasing what we're all thinking. Either one or two things going on. One, they don't have shit like that in their employee handbook at this particular hospital. I mean, I guess you can be derogatory towards whatever racial group you have those feelings towards. Or two, they just don't give a damn. Now, if there's a black dude up in there talking crazy, oh, they'll just take his ass on out straight up. No, you don't work here no more. We don't allow hatred at this institution, bruh. But because it's oh boy here, well, we don't know. We're unsure about our, the institutional stance on this. Things have changed. We really just need to take time and work together as a community because, Dr. Simon loves the community. He has done so much for the black community. Oh, yes. All those evil characteristics are in their DNA. And that's sad. That is the sad bit. That if this is some sort of karmatic curse on these person or family or people or groups who choose, because you can find racists and non-racists in the same family bloodline. You really can. And typically, if it wasn't for the non-racist aspects of that family being stronger than the racist element, they kind of hold them in check. But now as time has progressed, we're starting to see a different trend. Now we're starting to see the pendulum switch to the hater side. Now you'll find more haters, and they overpower the non-haters. You see, this is how the game works. The true hating class will fund, enrich, empower little peons out there to form hate groups of their own, representing their own racial groups and attitudes. What this achieves is that whenever members of the majority group strays outside their codes or their bylaws, internal laws, and tries to deal outside the so-called race, these other little groups will fuck them up. But they're doing the bidding of the haters of the main group. It's a complete circle. That's why I say there's only one way to break through all that bullshit is using love and unity and using ACEs in the correct places. And then that group will be unstoppable. That group will truly be the masters of this earth because they will have the ability and the flexibility to infiltrate all other groups while maintaining their core values. Because once again, it only requires people to identify internalize, and agree with the ideals and join it. And all the rest of these little subgroups be damned. Let's continue.
Who issues your licensure?
You'd have to ask.
Objection form.
You'd have to ask them.
Let's talk again about your understanding of your ethical and rule requirements as a physician's assistant. Before you can dispense medication, to make sure I understand your testimony, you have to have actually physically examined the person to whom you are going to dispense medication, right?
Objection form.
I'd have to look at the exact Texas Medical Board rules.
You don't know the answer to that?
I don't know all the rules at the Texas Medical Board. It's a lengthy document.
Have you had any communications with any representatives of Memorial Hermann Hospital or Team Health, for that matter, about Mr. communications to them?
Yes.
And can you tell me with whom and on what dates and what was said?
I can't tell you what dates. I'd have to look back at the records. One name that sticks out is Team Health. Her name is Paige Miller.
And you had a conversation with her?
Emails, mainly emails.
And what was the content of those emails, if you can paraphrase?
She sent me an email when she was notified by Memorial Hermann about the communications. And that was after the fact that I guess Team Health HR department had a discussion with my supervisors and administration about whether to terminate me or not.
And what was their decision?
They chose not to at this time.
Have you spoken to either you initiating or them initiating anyone else since these allegations, since these emails and perhaps verbal statements by with Memorial Hermann were made about those statements?
Yes, my supervisor's boss.
And who was that?
Andrea Lowe.
Also with Team Health?
Correct.
And when was that conversation?
Since late last summer.
Can you describe the substance of that conversation?
It was regarding the content of the communications sent by me and the discussions about the repercussions of those communications.
Can you be more specific?
They thought about.
Welcome, Sister Sandra, to the show. Peace, power, unity. Listen, y'all. This man giving drugs to people, great opportunity, accidentally messed up. They only needed 1 cc and you gave them 25. They needed hydroxynate and you gave them chloride carbonate. This is the issue. This is what's the cancer of the nation. The hate in the mind, the hate in the heart, and the hate in the actions. Once again, this man don't give a rat's ass about how he disrespected minorities, women too, I'm sure. The only thing he cares about is the fact that he's identified now. We know what he's about. We know what's going on in that little brain of his. We know what lies behind the sunken dead eyes. We know there's nothing but mischief, pain, and sorrow that he's trying to promote. Let's continue.
Terminating me, but at that moment they decided not to, since they said I was an upstanding person and employee.
Okay. Did they issue any new restrictions on your employment?
No, not that I'm aware of.
Did they tell you they were going to reduce your salary or compensation as a result?
Not that I'm aware of.
No, they're not going to do shit. You know what I mean? The only thing that's a problem is I'm sitting in this chair talking to you. You know, I should be texting how I hate these people and shit. That's the only problem. You see, when you're dealing with a racial zombie, as it were, hate. This is what you get. I feel sorry for any woman that, that he shacked up with, or, even, dude might not even be in a woman, because a lot of times you'll find it with these haters, these intellectual haters like him, he doesn't find the female form attractive. To him, the ideal mate will be a being of equal ability, which would be another dude. So, just so happens, you'll find that a lot of these intellectual racists are homosexual as well. What? Yep. They hate women. They hate other men that don't look like them. They're all about each other. Now, they'll use women to procreate because they're not stupid. They know they need babies. But their real love isn't towards that woman. The real love is towards their brother. Let that marinate in your brain for a second. Let's continue.
Did they put you on any kind of suspension or probation?
Not that I'm aware of.
They should put his monkey ass on some psych meds. Let's continue.
It's okay. We'll guide each other down this tunnel. You show me how to disrespect property and con people on the streets, and I'll show you good old-fashioned Southern racism. That was referring to you, wasn't it? As a good old-fashioned Southern racist.
Sounds like I was joking around.
Oh boy, he got some serious jokes, don't he? Huh? Maybe he can be on that Dave Chappelle skit with Bigsby. And that was Southern, he likes that old time religion or hate. But once again, we want to act as if we're all stupid. No, that's not hate. That's heritage. Yeah, heritage of hate. Heritage of pain and suffering. Heritage of rape and sodomy. Yeah, absolutely. Put that in your little pipe and smoke it. Let's continue. All right, now here's the wow. All right. Now that's it. That concludes the audio bit of that, right? I want to read this out for the people who are hard to see or whatnot, or just maybe the audio folks. But right now we have a picture, Whitey. The advantages of being a white man can never be matched. All hail Whitey. Christianity is like the Guatemalans of Hispanic people, bottom feeders. Christians is like the Guatemalans of Hispanic people, bottom feeder. That's how you know old boy is a straight up atheist. Because even a good Nazi is still a Catholic. Oops, I didn't mean to say that. But that's just how it is. This hater, though, has the core hatred, or as they would say, the racial love. But he lacks the spiritual conviction. He augments that with scientific knowledge and eugenics ideals of race and superiority. Let's continue with more horrible pictures. Thumb up, thumb down. Here's another one. Now this is good. Now this will be the one that gets the people in Hollywood upset, the small hats. Fucking Jews. Goddamn Jew. Ha, yep, lying, cheating Jew. What? Now we can overlook that nigger shit, but by God, we're not going to allow him to talk about anti-Semitic rhetoric, are we? Which is kind of odd, seeing how the Jews of the day are just as much Jewish as Elizabeth Warren is Indian or Native American. But you know what? When you're dealing with deceit, when you're dealing with power, and when you're dealing with death, because that's what we're dealing with. We're dealing with people all marching towards death. Each and every one of us in our own little way are all marching towards the conclusion of our lifespans. Well, the only problem is we just got to figure out how to control you between the vaginal wall and the casket wall. That point in between those 2 points is where all the fuckery happens. Now, I don't know about you, friends, but I wouldn't want to go to a hospital where I know Mr. Mein Kampf is the doctor, where I know I got a Southern, old-time, nigger-hating, Jew-hating, racist doctor. I wouldn't want to go to that guy. I wouldn't want to have nothing to do with that individual, because that's a dangerous motherfucker. Not only does he have racial hate in his heart, but he has scientific knowledge to kill you. He has scientific knowledge to maim you. He has scientific knowledge to rip out your organs and put them in other people, you. Until we recognize this hate scumbag elephant in the room, and we address it and deal with it correctly. Because don't forget, the United States has never said so much as I'm sorry. Sorry for murdering you Native Americans. Sorry for, well, no, actually they did. Sorry for oppressing all you women and keeping you guys out of the political. Oh, actually they did. Oh, I'm sorry for all you Asians, vaporizing grandma and grandpa with a couple of nuclear and hydrogen bomb. I'm so sorry. Oh, they did that too. Well, gee whiz. Who's the group they haven't apologized to? Oh, I got it. Sorry for, imprisoning your fucking descendants and basically making laws to legally, curtail your economic viability. Sorry for that, Yao. Sorry for making drug laws that target you specifically. And then when you talk about reparations, sorry for not even wanting to do that. Sister Alexandra, welcome to the show. You see how this game works? I mean, if you want to do reparations, we don't have to go back to slave days. Let's just go back to all the people who were affected by the drug laws. Go back to all the black folks who were affected by unfair lending habits by bankings. Go back to all the black folks affected by, not being able to get a decent job. And all this is verifiable. All you have to do is go to, oh, yeah, they did apply. And we said, fuck no, the next day. Oh, yep, they did apply for a loan. We said, fuck no, the next day. Oh, yeah, we caught him with one crack rock and we said, fuck you, life in prison the next day. Yeah, we can fix those people. We can go to open up the agricultural boards or rows or books rather, and see how black farmers were disproportionately given resources or not given rather not given resources, and their farms were shut down. But see, all that's irrelevant when you're dealing with hate-filled people. They just say, shut the fuck up. We're not going to deal with that. That's none of our concern. Get some boots, strap the bitches up, and go to work. That's what you tell a slave. Boss man, Field Boss Kenny's beating the people down there. We don't have nothing to eat, boss man. Shut the fuck up and get back to work. Here's a pair of boots. Well, at least they would give the slave a pair of boots now, wouldn't they? Because it'd be pretty silly to not give a slave some boots, right? Slaves can't buy a boot because slaves don't have money. But when it comes to tangible people that we can actually show due to actions by the government were harmed based upon race, and this is documentable, and we don't have to go a million years back in time. We're talking in the past 20, 30 years. Well, that's beyond unacceptable. That's actually the plan. Once again, keep on thinking this is fake. Keep on not funding your own liberation. Keep on not seeking actively a hub, a plot of ground that you can operate off of. Wait your ass around 2050, if not before, and you're going to find yourself defecating on the streets, urinating in a pickle jar in the park, and being slated for deletion by good, clean, atheist folk. Because the new way of this world will be atheism. The new religion of this world will be evolution. And the new God of this world will be technology. And unlike the old gods, this God will be able to read your thoughts, instruct other humans to do its bidding, and you will suffer. And rightfully so, because you refuse to become one with humanity. You refuse to become in commune in nature and play your part in the cosmos. Nope, you want to be at the head of the table, and you want the rest of humanity to wait on you hand and foot. And because we're unwilling to do this, you're going to build a robot to do it for you. Well, buddy, that robot's going to not only turn on you, but it's going to turn on us. And that's the way it should be. If you want to hate each other, if you want to destroy a fellow human being for no other reason than the skin that they're in, you, my friend, are the true enemy to humanity. This has been TPIM SR Live. Today's date, September 10th, 2019, the year of our Lord. For those who care, tomorrow will be a very special day for U.S. citizens and U.S. Supporters all around the world. Tomorrow will mark the 20th, or the 19th, rather, or the 18th, rather, 18th anniversary of the event that destroyed the hope and option for true liberty for all Americans and all citizens of the United States. It's 9/11. You know, I don't really want to get inside, outside on that. You know, I think this crowd knows what time it is. And I still just want to point out that event caused the death of approximately 4,000 people. But the repercussions of that event has caused the death of millions of people. So I know all you Satan lovers and Luciferians should be happy about that. You know, more humanity has been harvested and spirited off the planet. Yay, guys. You know, your plan's really working out great. But for those of us who are left with true conscience and true spirit, I ask that we unite, we form local networks, national networks, international networks, so we can move people and materials around. It's going to get rough, y'all. It's going to get rough. But before I go, I want to go a couple places. Then I'm going to end this broadcast. First place I want to go, U.S. debt clock. All right. Because we're paying the cost for the hate as well. There's a cost in human suffering and misery, but there's also a cost in dollars and cents. All right. Because you do realize the people who armed China were good old haters. They hate American. They hated freedom. They hated the direction that the United States was growing after World War II. That's why they armed China. Because Chinese know how to oppress a people and keep a people down. Don't believe me? Ask the folks from Taiwan, or Tibet. Ask those folks. All right. Just so that we're all clear, everybody in this chat room owes $68,401. Every single one of you and everybody that you know who's U.S. citizens. That's how much collectively, if we was to pay off the debt, we would have to come up with. That's not happening, folks. In lieu of that's not happening, I ask you sincerely, brothers and sisters, when traditionally, if people can't pay their debts, they have to die. What do you do with a nation who can't pay its debt? What do you do? All right. With that, I say live your life of integrity without hate, envy, or greed. As always, brothers and sisters, I ask you, let's please try to be kinder to each other. Peace, power, unity, and victory. I'm out.